little too slow, huh?
Is this your vibe right now?
Slow dancing in the kitchen.
Kid and Once a Lady. This is the... Yeah, I could see you. Like...
Every time
you hear it, does it just make you think of your wife cooking?
But every time I think of girls I've met, I'm just like, dude, am I going to ever meet anyone?
Yeah. I mean, you haven't met everyone that there is. So it's like,
that was deep.
you know?
Yeah.
I know so many people you haven't met who are your type. Like, maybe I just start setting you up on dates. I don't fucking know.
It's just
or
meeting them.
We'll just get like one huge group of people. We'll do a mingle.
No.
Okay.
No, it's not like a bachelor.
Could be. Hinge Honey on part 5. Just kidding. No, we won't do that.
But it's just so long. It's been so long, and it feels like it's gonna happen. But it's so premature to say because I'm young and there's so much more time.
So much more time.
Welcome back.
I'm Jocelyn.
I'm Caden.
And we
are
best of kin. That was good. How are you?
Good.
How have you been?
Good. Solid week.
Oh, yeah.
After the last week.
Mm-hmm.
As far as how I feel.
Mm-hmm.
Once you just... Yeah, I'm kind of practicing what we talked about.
So have I.
A little bit. Like calendaring my days.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I mean, the only thing I need to fix is waking up early, but that's fixable.
That is doable.
Today.
Yeah.
And it gets easier each day.
Yeah.
And it's just, again, going to bed early. That's all.
That's all it is.
Go to bed early. Of course, you're going to wake up early.
Yeah. I've been stretching. I've been doing like a little yoga stretch last couple of days, and it just feels so good.
I know. I could use
I'm like sore from the stretching, which I've honestly rarely been. So that's how I know I need to do it more, because I'm just typically able to stretch and
sore from the stretching.
Yeah, like my shoulders specifically. Anywho, lots went on this last week for me on a personal level, in a career level. I do have an exciting little thing. So, I mean, I was gonna kind of like do an intro into this and do like a long-winded, like, I have worked my whole life for this. You know what I mean?
Kind of, yeah.
Should I be long-winded? It's just been a long time since I've felt very aligned in my career, and everything that I've started. I mean, I've started several businesses in the last 10 years. Everything I've started and stopped, it's been like the means to an end. It's like, I know this is like a lily pad that I'm like jumping on to get me to another lily pad, which will get me to another lily pad, which will maybe find me a shore someday that I can rest on and not be like so. It's like the Frogger, you know, when he's like sinking and he's like constantly having to jump to a new thing. And he's like, oh, fuck. That's how I felt.
You felt.
That's how I felt. Not like jump to a new thing, but just like keep going, keep trying, keep working for the last several years. But especially when I left doing the city contracts and I left like the commercial real estate industry, that was last March.
Oh God.
That was last March. So for a whole entire year, I was pretty much not working a quote unquote real job and just working on this new business idea, right? That's all I've been doing for the last year.
Wasn't Lemon Shopping part of that?
That was 2018.
Was
that was way before Sienna was even
What the
here.
Hell, man?
But that led to this in a lot of senses. Like everything that I've learned, the mistakes that I've made has all accumulated now. And I feel like I can do anything.
All the way back from Dirty Denims.
Dirty Denims was my first Etsy shop I sold. I'm not kidding. I'm wearing a pair right now.
Whoa.
Actually, ironically.
What the
I'll
hell?
show you. They're vintage Levi. I resold vintage Levi's that I would get at Goodwill. Obviously, mark them up. And yeah, Dirty Denims was my Etsy. And then, I've started several businesses, but none that have felt like I'm perfect for what I'm doing. Like all of my skills.
Or what you can foresee long
term. Exactly. So with that being said, Type and Trim is now officially the event designer for the Global Ambassador.
You can say that?
Thank God. Yes.
Oh, shit.
Yes. My first event with them is in 2 weeks. So things are moving. I've already got several dates on the calendar of events with them.
And what's the title? Official event designer?
I mean, it's officially unofficial. It's not like I don't work for them. They're one of my clients as Type and Trim.
Well, if I can say, what does Jocelyn do? I'd be like, she's an event designer.
She's an event designer. Yeah. Type and Trim is event design. We do signage and stationery. Owner, right? entrepreneur, creative entrepreneur, because I have a lot of facets, you know. I also still have Fieldwork Collective. I still have my brand, my branding, my brand photography
company.
business. Caden, I'm his influencer manager. But the thing also with that is, I'm not going to say the name, but I have a huge, huge brand that I am in talks with to do content creation for. And I will know for sure by September. So I'm not going to talk about it anymore until then. But this month, just like two of the biggest opportunities of my entire life basically have opened up. And it just feels like it's because I'm exactly where I need to be now and I'm doing what I need to be doing.
Cancer season.
And I'm very, oh my God, so Cancer season. When does Leo season start? That's like so soon.
I want to say, 28th. Yeah.
Wow. Logan is like
Logan's,
a cusp Cancer Leo.
He is
I didn't
close.
know that. Interesting.
I think, yeah.
Anyways, I just am really excited and I'm feeling like I'm finally like doing the thing I've always wanted to do, which is just like working for myself, being creative, being a creative director, staying in my lane, not having to do like 100 things that are not like when I was working on the city contracts, I got stuck doing things that like data. I'm like, I'm sorry, I'm the creative. Like, why am I doing data? Like, I don't get it. So
you're being used.
Yes, I've been used. I've been abused. I've been mistreated. I've been working for other people. I've contributed so much free effort. I mean, literally 2020, I spent an entire year building up Wild Joy. I'll say it. Built up Wild Joy, did their branding, was not paid, was supposed to get an equity deal in this huge thing.
Branding,
she was going to have a
merch.
6-figure investment from an director of operations who does that for a living.
I remember like it was yesterday.
I know.
That was pre-COVID, right?
That was COVID. No, that was what we did in 2020 when we were on unemployment. We were like, oh, well, let's work on this startup, Wild Joy, with Lacey. And she never paid us. And she dropped us. Like at the end of the year, was like, I don't need you anymore. I can do this on my own. Those instances, there have been multiple instances like that where I have given my all for someone else.
Yeah,
and then was totally fucked at the end. And I just am not going to do that anymore. And that's what I decided last March when I left the city contracts, because I could see that trend. I was like, I'm getting fucked in the ass right now. God damn it. Wild Joy 2.0. That's how it felt. So I left that and was like, I will never work for someone else again. I will forever just pursue my own things. That was literally like the tide that had to turn for me to realize like I actually can be really successful without other people. I don't need someone else's idea or someone else's business to like ride on to like, you know, take myself where I want to go. And that was a really necessary shift. And I am just very excited. And I'm now with Global Ambassador. And she said I'm like her in-house. She's just going to say I'm her in-house designer. So
this is just the
and it's literally the beginning. Yeah. We just had a meeting the other day and like there were so many events on the calendar that I'm like, oh, like Logan, you're quitting your job. Not yet, but someday, probably this year. So good things. And then that big brand that might come around in September would be just also another like the biggest brand ever that I could possibly, that I've ever been in contact with, that I could ever imagine.
Which is so funny because it came up
so organically
compared to like past
every
ones
other effort.
100% to see you.
I have pitched myself for years for content creation and I got so jaded, and it was Joe that was like, no, like you are good.
But
like you deserve money for this.
Right?
100%.
Yeah.
It wasn't for anything. It wasn't for anything. And it was just like,
for anything for yourself.
It got attention. And now I'm in this little conversation that's really exciting. But that's all I'll say on that.
So I'm saying, if you like something and you want to post about it, post about it.
It's very authentic. It's just very...
Just
fucking
you don't know who's going to see it.
And your influencer career is going swimmingly. I mean...
I'm featured on BPN's
He's featured on BPN's
site.
shop. Yeah.
With 2 reels. That's cool, I guess.
I mean, it's like you just started and you're getting noticed by them, you know? So you could be like a brand ambassador, like
something a little like that.
Athlete.
A little bit like that is just nice.
Yes.
Just seemed like another thing to like blow up again to get like more of a following stuff. Because Need more eyes. More eyes on my niche, right? Like
eyes on my
I have
niche.
like a lot of girls,
eyes
I
on my
think,
niche.
following me and gay guys. Still
Getting
followed by that. But yeah, if I can just get noticed in some realm of, but that's what I'm saying. Like
realms.
why I want to get, because eventually the biggest thing is a half marathon in January, but I want to do a half Ironman. I think within the year, like from next summer, within the calendar year, right? Whatever. So that's why I was mentioned. I want to know how to start training for swimming, because that's one, that's content, and then two, it's something to like help me in all aspects of fitness.
It expands your lungs so much as well, Kaden. Like swimming will help you running.
Well, also the low impact. Like there's no impact.
So good for your joints
in the water. Yeah. So my knee issue, like I thought it'd be a nice break from.
It's refreshing.
Running, but I want to do it all. Like
yeah.
I think those 3 pillars.
Cycling, running, swimming. Yeah. Just so well rounded. You know? I mean, that's well-rounded fitness right there. And then on top of that, weights, like, you know?
Yeah, exactly. Resistance training. I totally forgot about that.
Yeah. You have like 10 pillars now.
But I like, that's why I'm so excited to do it. I want to do it. I just got to do it.
That's exciting.
But yeah, just putting out content every day. I don't know. It's hard. I don't want to be like monotonous.
But I think that that's almost like nice for other people, because it's not like they're going to you for tons of different types of content. It's like they're always going to expect the same things from you. And I think that's why people like certain creators.
But it's also that is,
you don't have to be all things to all people.
Yeah, I saw a TikTok of like, if you want to create your own legacy, you need to inspire others. And to inspire others, you need to make sacrifices.
Yeah.
To become an inspiration.
Right.
So.
Yeah.
That really actually got me thinking, because it's so true. Like I'm not gonna get anywhere if I don't, and I know I've said this plenty of times on record. Yeah, without sacrifices. But then I think about like the people that are BPN athletes now, how are they living their life? And it's like, definitely wouldn't be doing what I've done this year. You know,
in terms of the partying.
Yeah, there's no way. Like, yeah, they're social, but it's like they go to like group yoga or they like hang out just like outside. Or,
let's go get a kombucha, bro.
Like that. But that's what I need to dial into.
Yeah.
But
the more you do that, the more people you meet in that, and then you have peers that are good for you. Back to the
subject of, wow, we don't know what's. There's so many people I've met, but also so many people I haven't met, and that's as far as like fitness
girlies.
Fitness friends or romantic relationships that are unknown. But I need to, practice what I want to be doing the rest of my life.
Pivot, yeah. Why not?
Because I've already done all that.
When's a better time to start than now?
Yeah,
you know.
It is.
Actually, though.
Slow increments, right? The week challenge, staying home, which kind of was the beginning of
There's just been a lot of change as well lately, and I think that like we're settling into our new home, and then there's like, you know, seasons shifts and work, and then trying to add on influencing content, and you're doing content creation for the first time ever. Like there's just a lot of like, I think you're still in like transition. You know what I mean? Like,
well, that's what I wanted to circle around about, was just my videos not so focused on like how they look, but what's going on in them as far as just inspiring other people. Like, oh, he's working out every day. I'm gonna go to the gym. Like,
yeah. Like there's this girl on TikTok, I'll have to find her, but she would just be like, yeah, go on a run with me. She would like talk while she's getting dressed and tying her shoes, and then every mile checks in. But she does
Samantha Mack.
No, she does like 15, 16, 17 miles. Like, I'm like,
and she's
God damn,
like 7:30 pace, but like talking perfectly.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what I want to get to.
I'm not joking, Kaden. That girl is why I bought my first ever pair of Hokas a couple years ago. I was like, I want Hokas and I want to run. And I love those Hokas. I wear them all the time. The like almondy ones.
Those are.
That was like years ago. Yeah.
That's all I want my shoes to be from now on.
Hoka?
Colorways? No.
Oh, just neutral
white, all white, or like the
like
almond
bone.
color, cream. Yeah, bone. That's all I want, because I think it's so easy to. Because it's like just like when you work out, you want to look good, feel good, like in any aspect.
But you know, there is a line to draw.
Indeed,
like, we've talked about that too. I was just
looking on like Facebook and OfferUp of like a cycle, which it's crazy because that I think compared to running and swimming, cycling is so expensive.
Yeah.
For a good frame
The
bike, right? The lightweight,
shoes.
the wheels, the handlebars.
Yeah.
You're talking about
Your-
$4,000 to
your
$5,000
little
just for
onesie.
that.
Yeah.
And then you got the unit, the
Swimming, just
unitard,
swim.
whatever.
Go swimming. You know what I mean?
Well, cap and goggles.
That's it.
Well, then also
Little
you need,
Speedo.
yeah. I guess Speedo, spandex is like not
It's
too
not.
expensive,
No,
right?
go to Dick's.
Unless you want
Don't get the
some-
nicest
yeah.
one.
No,
Get
but-
like a
or I could even
one
to
for practice. Like
Facebook and offer up.
Yeah.
You know?
maybe not for a Speedo.
Yeah, even for though, like, yeah, I think that like for starters,
Yeah.
because seriously,
Yeah, bro.
and then
seriously.
doing those things, like having that planned out, like, oh, before work on Saturday, like I go on a
Yeah.
cycle and then I
Mhm.
go like swim in the evening. Like
that
it's
helps
not like,
structure your weeks.
oh, I go to work Saturday and then, oh, what's going on tonight? Where are we going?
Mhm.
No, it's like,
Mhm.
oh, I have to go for a swim.
Yeah.
And then I'm home by 8. That's just such a weird idea for like a Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
It's so out of my, I mean, maybe comfort zone, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good for you.
Yeah. But I'm gonna need your help, coach.
Okay. For the swimming.
If you want,
Yeah.
$6
fun.
a week. But what?
It's not
Now
bad.
you're fucking
No, I'm swimming.
no,
I
but
love
you're busy as
What?
fuck.
No, I know. It would just depend on the time
Let
of day.
alone this and being
Because
a
it would be
mom
like
and
if
type and trim.
when Logan, it would have to be like Logan's home to watch Sienna,
I would
and
be down
also
for
not
like,
busy working. It would have to be like during one of her naps or something,
yeah, hours it came like even early.
or like 6 a.m.
like, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that'd be nice. Can you
That'd be
imagine starting
so
the
nice.
day like
Yeah.
that, brother?
We make coffee. We just drive together.
Oh,
to
I
the
would not
pool.
do coffee before swim. I would shit the pool.
Oh, yeah?
I would not want to do that.
Okay, maybe just I don't
Just
know.
chug a thing of
water,
water,
electrolytes.
have some oatmeal, and then
Oh yeah,
because you want
some
carbs.
fruit.
You want
yeah.
to carb up before a swim.
Fruit bowl.
Not like carb up like you're
Well, I
drowning,
know.
but
There's
like
a lot of carbs in
you need
fruit.
carbs. Yeah,
That would be sick though.
yeah, that would be really nice. That's what I.
One day a week.
That's what I used to like fantasize about when we just first moved to Scottsdale in 2016. I was like, I want to find a lap pool and I want to just go swim once a week. But it's like scary to do it by yourself and like,
Well,
I
yeah,
don't know.
you're telling me. I want to get. Yeah, it'd be so. I don't know.
It would be like we go together and we're doing it, and it's like not too serious.
Well, yeah, and then we can. Yeah, exactly. And then we finish.
Exactly.
I think it needs to happen.
We should do it. We should like let's do one, see how it goes. Like not be
Yeah.
like we have to do this every single week, but like let's go
try
do
it out
it, see how it
once.
is. Yeah, and then we'll
next week.
analyze. Maybe probably I could probably do next week. Week after that is crazy.
Yeah,
I
I
have
know.
I have literally 5 events in the next month that I'm designing for. And
yeah, you're.
yeah, I've got the
Every
2
day
day
you're
in
doing
Malibu.
something.
I've got one in Costa Mesa in 2 weeks. I've got one at Global in 2 weeks. And I am losing track. I am losing track of all of them. Logan is too. He is like, wait, what is this for? But anyways, it's all good things. It's all good things.
Yeah.
Truly. That's our life update.
Right. Because
All good things.
Just hoping.
And the topic today is serial killers.
Have you heard any audios from the movie Longlegs?
Audios?
Yeah, some people like have like already a TikTok sound from like
Oh no, I
clips
haven't.
of the movie.
I've heard that sound in
No,
the
there's
trailer.
I think there's a scene where Nicolas Cage is singing.
What's he singing?
It's like "Let me in now," like it's like
Oh,
singing like that.
operatic?
It's weird.
Or
Yeah.
what?
Yeah,
Okay. And
but like it
they're
sounds
TikTok
funny as a
audios?
sound, but I imagine if you've seen it,
It's like scary.
eerie.
So yeah,
I wanted to
we haven't seen Daddy Longlegs.
I'm going to. I could have like done. Oh, I'll just go to a 10 p.m. showing, but it's like I'm trying to be on that
Please.
good
Yeah,
habit.
Yeah, and it's
So,
like
like
no
do
need.
it when I actually have the time.
We don't. Sorry.
I know, right? Because I can't. Let's say I watched it, right? It's not like I
That's
can
not
say
gonna
much
help.
about it.
That's also not going to help like the topic.
I know.
Okay,
I mean, maybe.
we've not seen it. I'll probably wait till it goes to streaming, but I just want to talk
I'm not going
about serial killers in Nick Cage's honor. Daddy Cage. How many
Daddy
serial killers
legs.
can you name off the top of your head? Name them.
Well, 2 I discovered last night:
Mm-hmm.
John Wayne Gacy,
Mm-hmm.
Dean Coral,
Okay, haven't heard of that one.
obviously Jeffrey Dahmer,
Mm-hmm.
which is so fucked. All these people are getting still like movies made about it.
I know they're
Oh,
like
Ted Bundy.
they like wanted this. You know what I mean? Like they wanted probably to be like famous for this shit. I feel like there's some
But
serial
there's
killers that want to be known.
There's
Zodiac
There's
Killer.
common themes.
Have you seen the movie Zodiac with?
That kind of sucked, right? It's super long. Jake Gyllenhaal, Robert Downey Jr.
I wouldn't say it
Someone
sucked.
else.
It was slow.
Oh, wasn't
because they're like the whole
Mark
time
Ruffalo
just
in it
like
too?
trying to figure it out. Yeah, I think so. Sounds right. And that one guy who's in a lot of stuff who played the
Michael Pena?
Zodiac Killer.
I don't remember.
No, this was an older movie. Michael Pena was definitely not in
early
it.
2000s.
Yeah, Dahmer, Bundy, Zodiac. Those are the only like 3 that I could think of off the top of my head, and that's only because of media that I even know about them. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah,
like
Netflix.
Yeah, that's literally it.
There has to be
There's probably just so many more, and there's just probably so many currently, that are under wraps that we just will never be found, and that is scary. Your neighbor could be a serial killer, and you likely not know. Because
luckily, I feel like modern day is super hard to be one.
You think?
Yeah. People aren't dumb or innocent or naive as they once were.
How many active serial killers do you think there are in the U.S. today?
How do they even know that?
Because they are active and haven't been found. But there's like they're tracing deaths to yeah.
Oh God.
In all of the U.S. right now.
Active? It's scary. Is it a high number?
I don't know what you would think is a high number.
Let's go like 110.
2,000.
Yeah, that's a lot.
There are 2,000.
I mean,
actually says there are more than, and then the ones that we don't even know. You know what I mean? So 2,000 plus active serial killers in only the United States.
Is that 40 each state?
I don't fucking
on average.
know.
Well, 40 times 50, right?
In 1987, I have some quick facts, okay? In 1987, there was a record number of serial killers operating in the U.S. It's like, what was going on in 87? Politically or otherwise, you know what I mean?
The 70s and 80s were a terrible
rampant
time for serial killers.
Yeah. Over the decades, the vast majority of serial killers have been men. The U.S. has the highest number of serial killers in the world. What is wrong with us? We are unwell. And unfortunately, the biggest link that I found was these serial killers were abused by their fathers and mothers.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. The common theme was either they got
hit on
the head or dropped on the head.
Yeah.
Or had some head injury.
Uh-huh.
Or it was a parent relationship, divorce, abuse.
Yeah. Childhood abuse.
Yeah.
Is like
abuse.
The number one thing that creates a serial killer. Because that changes your brain chemistry. Confuses you.
So with that theme, then it's like the U.S. has
and then they repeat that.
Parenting.
I would say it is so much more than that. It's like there's the addiction crisis. There's all these people that are having kids that are addicted. You know what I mean? It's like
about the addiction crisis.
There's zero childcare assistance. There's like no maternity leave. Like the U.S. does not do anything to support children and parents. And a lot of the victims are children out of the foster care system. Because they age out of foster care. They're kicked out. They have nowhere to go. They're on the streets. They're looking for a home, a place to go. Someone extends, oh, hey, do you want to come? You know what I mean? It's like it's literally the children that are just getting.
Mine is about, yeah.
Literally, it's just so sad. It's so sad. A couple signs of a serial killer, just so we can look out for them since there's 2,000 still. Okay, interpersonal traits include glibness, which is superficial confidence, where it's like your grandiose confidence, but it's like not real. It's fake. Superficial charm, a grandiose sense of self-worth, pathological lying, manipulation of others. Affective traits include a lack of remorse or guilt, shallow affect, a lack of empathy, and failure to accept responsibility. Those are all signs of a serial killer. So if you know somebody like that, read their diary.
Yeah.
Isn't that so scary? Because it's...
Well, you just think about it briefly, but then once you really think about it, it's kind of hard.
I don't like to think about it too deep.
It took me a while to fall asleep last night.
Yeah.
So I was just like thinking about...
That's the thing. I don't like to think about these things. I didn't even like to look into it, which is why I was like, let me just look into facts and not like specific. But I'll do one, you'll do one, and then I'll do one.
Sure.
Because I have two. Mine's short. My first one's really short. I wanted to know who's the youngest known serial killer. I thought that would be interesting. So there's a country. I don't even think I wrote it down because I had never heard of it before, but it's just south of Nepal. This kid's parents. Okay, so that's the thing. It's a kid. He's 8 years old. Is the youngest known serial killer.
Oh, also they start killing the animals first, right? That's a sign.
That's like they're testing it out. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Yeah.
Animal abuse. I think,
Animal. Oh my god, you're so right. I have seen that. I feel like that's who was that one guy?
It's a movie, right?
I'm sure. Okay, so this
Jeffrey
kid's
Dahmer.
parents, yes, were born poor laborers who only found it harder to make ends meet after the birth of his sister. So it's like if you were super fucking broke and then your parents had another child, and then not only are they only paying attention to that child, but also your life means goes down. You know what I mean? I think that began a seed of resentment in this child. He was described as a loner who mostly spent time climbing trees and roaming the village. However, his life changed after his aunt and her 6-year-old daughter moved in.
Every serial killer is described as a loner, which is
Right. Scary. The kid soon began torturing his 6-year-old cousin and ultimately took her life. Even though he confessed to his actions, his parents protected them, which led to his second murder, his sister. Can you imagine?
cousin and sister,
Yeah, who were living in the house.
and he was 8.
He was 8. And
What the
then
fuck?
the final nail in the coffin. Okay, so yeah, one afternoon he strangled his sister to death. Can you imagine an 8-year-old doing that with their bare hands? It's like, what possesses you to feel like they had to have seen somebody do that, or you know what I mean? Like, where do you get that as a child?
I mean,
That inner
some
violence,
brain issue. But I guess it's like if you think about it as like a fight or
fight or flight vibes,
but
maybe.
like
like
ancestral.
maybe perhaps he thought he had to survive because they were that poor. I'm not sure.
Or he was.
So even though the
fucking-
parents knew of the son's actions, they didn't even report him after he killed his sister. Can you imagine the parents being like, "Oh, you killed your cousin. Okay, we'll keep it hush
Were they
hush."
aware,
And then they
or-
killed your other child. Oh, we'll keep it hush hush. They knew, and they decided to not report him, which led to his third murder. He brutally murdered a 6-month-old baby, which makes me ill, and I have to disassociate when I am reading these things. A psychologist stated that he was a sadist who derived pleasure from inflicting injuries, and because he was a minor, he was sent to juvie. And when he turned 18 in 2016, he got out and has a new identity, and nobody knows of his current whereabouts.
What?
Yeah. And then 2016, he's 18 years old. He's out. He's killed 3 fucking people, and he's out and about.
Something's wrong with the
Isn't that nuts? Isn't that nuts?
justice system.
And
out
that's
there.
not the first. And that's not the other one that I will say after you have yours is worse in terms of injustice. And I'll
Yeah.
just.
Sorry, I can't tell if Sienna has. Oh, she's putting rocks in her mouth. Is Logan seeing that?
Okay, hold on one second.
She was spitting them out, but she was like chewing on them. You should tell Logan. The rock chewer. I was like, what's she spitting out? I don't think she has food out there.
No, she has a little bar, but they were rocks. They were rocks. Okay.
2-year-olds, dude. That's so scary though. She's just gonna
2-year-olds.
keep fucking. I hope he's watching. Man.
He is. He was right there.
I saw it for a good 2 minutes before I realized, holy shit, it's a rock.
He's pruning the trees.
So no one knows where he is.
So no one knows his whereabouts, but he's not anywhere near us, so that's good. Where is Nepal?
Asia.
Yeah, but Nepal, Tibet, those are all
Well,
near
yeah,
each
that's where
other,
like
right?
the
What was the
that mountain
happiest?
is
And it's
Mount
ironic
Everest.
because wasn't Nepal or Tibet the happiest country in the world?
well, that's where the monks, right?
Yes.
Excuse me.
Yikes.
South Asia, located between China and India.
Interesting.
That's where Mount Everest is.
Yeah.
Wild, highest point in the
Sad.
world.
But it's just oh god, there's so many things that go into what makes a person reach that point, but all I could think is that kid probably was abused, probably was mistreated, probably
Yeah, humans are our own worst enemy. Like
it's
to
scary.
each other,
Truly.
to everything.
Okay, your turn. What you got?
Nepal's crazy.
Nepal is crazy.
All right. We have Dean Coral, whose nicknames were the Candyman and the Pied Piper. Known to be shy, kind of lonely, loner. Parents remarried and divorced twice. Family moved to Texas in 1967, where they opened up a candy company, candy store, and Dean was known to like give out free candy
I bet.
to kids and whatnot. Just think about that candy store in the 60s.
That's a common thing too. Like, I mean, is that why? Okay, sorry. Never take candy from a stranger. Is that why that phrase came from?
I think so. Yeah, it was like the typical.
Whoa.
I think so. Yeah.
All right.
He meets this guy, David Brooks, who was 12 at the time. David Brooks also had divorced parents, an abusive dad. And then
It's the abusive father.
yeah, so
All of mine had an
basically
abusive
that
father.
candy store was like a second place because free candy, make him feel welcomed. And then he started like seeing Dean, the Candyman, as his like father figure since he had no one else. So what Dean did, since he's a psycho, he turns David into an accomplice.
That's sad.
And he has David lure kids, males only.
I was gonna
from the
say.
ages 13 to 20.
Okay.
And then to Dean's apartment, which is where David, I think, eventually started living as well. Anyway, yeah, Dean's pretty fucked for once doing that. Just setting, I can't imagine just being like, oh yeah, let's go over here. And then you literally fall into a legit trap.
I know.
He would have this, so Dean basically, as they were there, lured in to his apartment, the Candyman would basically handcuff or tie the kids to a torture board.
No! That's
Victims
enough.
would be sexually assaulted, mutilated,
That's enough.
beaten, sometimes for hours, and then sometimes for days.
God.
He would, and then when he was just done, he would eventually just like strangle them to
them.
death or shoot him. In 1970, there was one kid that David Brooks was trying to lure. Is it locked? You want to open it for him?
God fucking damn it.
It's all good. This is part of the pod.
Pause.
It's all good. Keep talking. Sleepy. Damn, Red.
No, I know.
Heat
I don't
it
think
up.
we can have her out there any longer.
Yeah, that's fine. One of the kids David was trying to lure in, name was Elmer Henley. But for some reason, I think he just thought that he could help him out as an accomplice as well, for however. So Elmer gets in on it.
God damn it. But what are these accomplices getting out of it?
Oh, they're getting paid. I think it's like $200 a kid. Yeah. They're getting paid. So it was like a job.
That's sad.
A criminal
A
job.
criminal crime ring.
I mean, basically, I think, in the 3 years, only 1970, 1973, Dean had a minimum, I think it was 33 total victims.
Minimum?
And 28 were only identified. So there's still...
Yeah.
Actually, it was either the Candyman or John Wayne Gacy, which is a killer clown, who was inspired by the Candyman.
I actually wanted to look more into that. I didn't pick that one, but that one interests me because of the whole Pogo the Clown of it all. Like,
but also, yeah,
I think that's where the fear of clowns came in.
For sure. I think he was the one that there was still unidentified people from his killings, like till this day, because he buried all of his victims underneath his house, and it would get so hot that literally all the bodies formed together, and it took 2 years to separate each skeletal bone.
No way.
To identify.
The bones fused in the heat?
Yeah, all the bodies just
from what, like the furnace and just the
underground
earth of it all.
Yeah.
What in God's hell? And
so
where is this located?
I want to say this was Killer Clown was Illinois, but fuck. Oh, Texas, Houston, Texas was the Candyman, and he had different dump sites.
I look up something.
But yeah, basically there was one time where Elmer brought another kid, but then he also brought a girl he liked because he thought the Candyman wouldn't be worried because she was a girl.
Mm-hmm.
But then he like freaked out and was gonna like kill them all,
Oh,
threatened them. So then Elmer actually shot Candyman. That was the only reason why he was
because of the girl.
discovered. No, because Elmer shot him.
Right. But he shot him because
He
had
threatened to kill
his
David,
girlfriend or
Elmer, and the
whatever.
girl
Okay.
he liked.
Okay.
So then Elmer called the police after that, basically admitted everything. And then it turns out eventually that Elmer was like way more involved in the killings. Heath separately got their own trial, and they're both life sentences. David died of COVID in jail in 2020. And then
No
I think
way.
Elmer is still in jail. And you would probably know this, Elmer Henley is actually depicted in the Mindhunter show.
Okay, I was gonna ask if you had seen Mindhunter.
No, I need to.
I love it. It should have kept going
But
for
an
more
accomplice
seasons.
of the Candyman was in
Wow.
Mindhunter.
Wow. And I was going to talk about that too, because the FBI really struggled to even come up with a definition for a serial killer. Like, what's a mass murder versus a serial killer? What makes someone a serial killer? How can we identify that so that we can
Probably they're killing
prevent
like, the
these
way
things?
they
But
kill.
that's what Mindhunter is about, is like them interviewing serial killers to figure out the psychology and then come up with a
Yeah.
definition for it so that they could
It's pretty
actually
fucked.
combat it. It's really, really crazy.
The way he would kill them too, or torture them, was probably something you don't
Brutal.
want to hear.
No,
yeah.
that's the thing. No, I can't. I simply can't.
But yeah, John Wayne Gacy was, I think, inspired by the Candyman. So
That is
who almost had even worse though. Like,
yeah.
I
Can you
just
imagine
can't-
being a clown like, "Woohoo."
or even like
That was like Mickey Mouse.
I don't know if you ever watched the Dahmer series on
No.
Netflix. It's
No,
just
Is
these
that with
innocent people, and then the
that
way
one
can
guy?
you just imagine, just like you realize
Disney
you're like,
Channel
oh,
guy?
I'm not in. Or yeah, he's like an X-Man, or he was in a horror American Horror Story. That guy.
Oh, that guy.
He played Dahmer.
Evans.
Yeah, really good actor,
What's his
honestly.
name? Something Evans.
Like that was a really tough one.
Yeah. Nar.
It's weird though, they're famous.
That's the
Literally,
thing.
the victims have families still.
I know. Can you imagine if if your family member was a victim and like this person just and then I feel like when
Or that one
you
show,
make these,
right? Don't they?
they're like
sexualize him?
glorifying
Yeah.
a killer. But I just feel like when you do make these people famous, and we are like, think about the crime podcasts. Like, there's so many
murder mysteries or
true
whatever.
crime podcasts, and people just can't get enough of that. But like,
It's because it's so.
I think that creates imitators. That's like fans of Ted Bundy who are like, oh, I want to do what he did. And like, don't you think that that's like promoting? Like, I mean, granted, not just anybody picks up and like does a Ted Bundy. You know what I mean? So it's like, I just wonder if it's like if we didn't have exposure to all of this stuff, people wouldn't think to do it. Would they?
Well, they'd only do it if
they were
there was some
mentally
issue, yeah.
severely ill. And that if it did it to them, that's the thing. They had exposure as young children because it happened to them, and then they go off and do it. But if that never, like, if they didn't have exposure
which
to
is
these things,
the same as like school shooters, wouldn't you say?
I mean, yeah, actually.
But then what about? I mean, we could probably talk about the assassination.
Oh my
attempt,
God,
but
the
I don't
fact
think
that
that guy
happened.
was sick. I think he was just.
I saw an interview. I think
up.
he was set up. I agree completely. I don't think that he acted alone. I 100%, and we can get into this maybe on another episode. We'll dive deeper. But there is plenty of evidence to point to BlackRock being behind the attempted assassination.
Mm-hmm.
First of all, the roof that he was on, that building's owned by BlackRock.
Yeah.
That kid, the shooter, was featured in a
Did you see
PSA
the ladder
funded
there?
by BlackRock.
The
There was a
ladder?
ladder posted up for him. There's also a private equity firm, I think, that shorted Trump's stocks by 12 or 15 million one day before the attempted assassination. And then one day after, they submitted, oh, this was a clerical error. Oopsie poopsie, like JK,
Oopsie
we didn't
poopsie.
mean to do that. And that's all public record. You could see that. And that private equity firm is owned by BlackRock. So I just feel like the elites, I actually don't think that it was just Trump. I kind of feel like potentially they were trying to take out both. I mean, Biden's going out. he's going out and probably this weekend.
I just saw a video of him getting
He's
off Air
gonna-
Force One.
He's going to bow down
and he
on
was
Sunday, I think.
I think I just say the TikTok too of
Mhm.
the difference of his debate in 2012 to like talking now. It's
wild.
he is dead. It's the
He's
most obvious sign
dead
of like,
inside,
yeah,
like-
you're mentally declined. Like,
Yes.
your brain is deteriorating.
Yes. But
And it's because you're old. It's okay. It's not like
with him out, because
people are
for
saying
that,
it's like elderly abuse.
I think that so if I was BlackRock, right, I'm trying to run the world, literally trying to run the entire world,
They are the
take
people
out
that are
Trump,
running the
and then
world.
Biden goes out, and then the Democrats have to vote in a new person, then the BlackRock can pretty much purchase people to vote for. You know what I mean? Like they can, what's the word? Sponsor under the table or over the table. They could sponsor whoever to get into that place. Like I feel like they just saw this as an opportunity to bring in a totally other person that's like out of left field. You know what I mean? So that'll be interesting. I don't think he's endorsing Kamala Harris, and that's fine with me because she's not my favorite person. But I really like Pete Buttigieg.
It's not gonna be him.
I know, but if it could be anyone,
There's the talks of the Dems saying
the talks,
Gavin
the
Newsom.
Dems. But Gavin has come out so many times and been like, absolutely not, I'm not doing that.
Well, then also RFK posted a TikTok saying, "Hey Democrats, I see you're looking for someone."
That's funny. Wait,
He's
do you
like,
think
"My
that he
number
would?
is online,
Do you think he
unfortunately."
would hop on over to the Democrat side just for the sake of like?
Well, yeah, because he's the only one that could beat Trump.
I agree. And
That's it.
again, because of what I said before, I think from a brand perspective, it's funny that we have gone into this lane, but just in the middle of the serial killer of it all. But I think from a brand perspective, the brand name recognition of Kennedy goes so far. And have you seen, oh my God, JFK's grandson, Caden, Jack Schlossberg or something, was
Is he in
just
politics too?
he literally Harvard Law, genius, has another degree from Yale, and he's on TikTok and he's very active and being just a silly goose. He's a silly Billy. And he does not take anything seriously at all. And he's just very like la-di-da, but is a genius. And Vogue just hired him as their political correspondent. So he's going on Vogue's account and just updating people like, here's 5 things you need to know about the RNC. Here's this that you need to know, da-da-da-da-da. And he's just so well-informed and well-educated and also of the Kennedy legacy, which is insane. And I just love him. I'm not saying like Jack for president. I'm just saying like he's a great person to follow if you're wanting information. And again, the Kennedy legacy just
Named
runs
after-
so goddamn deep. That's why I think also that Kennedy could win because of that name recognition. For sure. People love JFK. And on that note, I have another killer to tell you about. Did you have something you were looking up?
No.
Okay. Really quick, I want to say, back on the serial killer route.
Yeah.
3 of the 5 world's worst serial killers come from Colombia. Scary. Colombia scares the shit out of me.
Yeah, cartels.
Yeah, but people travel to like Cartagena?
Medellin.
Is it called Medellin?
Medellin. Yeah.
Medellin? I don't know.
It's Medellin.
How you're like supposed to say it. Colombia terrifies me. Got that glug.
Logan was chugging
I
along.
know.
Yeah,
okay.
I can't imagine going there just like to visit.
I want to tell you about this person. He was called the Beast of Colombia. He murdered upwards of 300 boys between the ages of 6 and 16 and is the most prolific serial killer in human history. In 1997, a mass grave was discovered in Colombia with just 36 bodies, and they were in such a brutal state that the police initially thought a satanic cult was behind it. But this one guy, okay, so finding this grave, right, led to the manhunt of this guy. And then my notes are kind of all over the place. They're not super like chronological, but to go back a little bit, he was born in 1957. He and his brothers were abused by their father. And as an adult, he started abusing young boys himself. He would target homeless and orphaned boys, many of whom ended up on the streets because of the decades-long civil war that tore through Colombia. So there was war-torn Colombia, all of these kids on the street, and this guy's coming out pretending he's homeless, pretending he would lure unsuspecting victims with promises of money, candy, and employment.
Candy.
and employment. That's how that guy got those recruiters. He would often disguise himself as a priest, a farmer, an elderly man, a street vendor, or a homeless man, and would lure people in. He's believed to have killed as many as 400 people, but he was only convicted of 189 murders. He was sentenced to 1,853 years in prison, which is the lengthiest sentence in Colombian history. But did you know fucking Colombia has limits of imprisonment to just 40 years? Nobody can be imprisoned for more than 40 years in Colombia. Huh? Huh?
That makes
And
no sense.
because he helped police to find the hundreds of bodies, they reduced his sentence to 22 years. He killed upwards of 300 people in just 7 years. Only 7 years. Confessed to most of them, and then
300?
was over 300.
Ugh.
And then was a born-again Christian.
Yeah, sure.
And then he died, guess when? Last October. Last October, 1 week after we launched our podcast. He died in prison, in a prison hospital, from eye
From what,
cancer. Because his
Ugh.
eyes had seen too much. They were like,
Oh my god.
we can't do this anymore! And the eye cancer got him.
God.
And there was an HBO documentary that came out last year about him. I think something like The Beast of Colombia. But just the fact that this man was sentenced to 1,800 years, the longest sentence in history of Colombia. And because he was so helpful. Oh, yeah, dead body over there.
Down to 22.
Dead body over there. 22 years.
But he still died in jail.
He died in a hospital.
Oh.
He was sentenced, what year did I say? 1997 is when it began, the manhunt for him. But he had been already going for 7 years. And I feel like, no, I just can't, you guys. What the fuck is that? The justice system really is so fucked because there's so many people in prison right now that do not deserve to be there. And there are so many people not in prison that 100% should be there.
Yeah. I mean, there's definitely people who are also like wrongfully
Convicted, which is
Yeah.
the scariest thing in the world. You could spend your entire life. The hatred that would brew in my soul if I was wrongfully convicted would give me cancer. Like, I would be the injustice of being punished for something you didn't do for the rest of your life taken away from you. I would be so full of hate that I would kill myself with
you
either
would just hope
cancer
for
or
karma in those
I would
instances.
strangle
But yeah,
myself.
some people literally have the worst luck where, like, you've seen those videos, like 40 years later actually gets released
Yes.
because he wasn't.
And then he commits suicide 5 years later because he doesn't know how to adapt in the real world and can't get a job and
Yeah, I can't imagine being
isn't
in jail
respected. And you know what I mean?
through the 2000s and
Missing, like
It's like
going from
jumping
no
top from
iPhone
below.
to just then like AI and iPhones. Like
I mean,
the
I wonder how much information
whiplash.
it gets from the inside. Because sometimes I see TikToks of
Some.
people in jail with a phone.
I kind of love those.
I'm like, what
I'm
the hell?
in women's prisons specifically, I see a lot of. There's a
Oh.
girl that's like keeping us all. She'll like go on the phone and she'll like record herself and like, this is what's going on in the prison system today, and she'll be like, on Saturday we had da 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 da, and do like a whole like review of like how their week was in prison. I kind of like that. Okay, so not the most positive of topics, but we were just in the mood to talk about it because of the Nick Cage movie coming out. That
That was our plan
yes,
last week.
that's what we had planned for, and now I'm sad, so we need to talk about something happy. Oh, never mind.
I mean, there's a lot going on.
There's a lot going on in the news. I know I'm in
The
my
IT
mind
shut down.
part of me is
literally
like
just happened today.
not wanting to get too much into just the state of the world. It changes every day.
It does.
Literally
This
every
come
day. That's the
Tuesday,
thing. I'm like, by the time we post it,
we're
not current. Yeah. So it's tough to talk about current events because every single day is a new thing. I kind of feel like, I think Biden will be stepping down on Sunday. I think Kamala will not be endorsed. Let's make some predictions. How about that?
Chaos for banks, airlines, and TV stations since the systems crash around the world.
Yeah, FedEx isn't. What is around
An
the world?
IT global shortage
And
happened today.
I just wonder.
It's global news.
IT and AT&T just had a breach like recently. Had like a massive breach. Let's see.
IT. The IT outage proves we can't simply turn the internet off and on again.
So is that what happened? The internet went off? Like what do you
Basically,
like,
like no
mean?
connection, or I don't know. Like
Airlines,
Windows
banks,
computers suddenly shut down.
courthouses, courts. Oh my god.
But what is this all? So it's
But
all.
what does this mean and how did this start? Okay.
Was it a hacker?
Who could hack a global level? Like
A
it's
global
not like
IT outage.
but is
hackers
all of the
could shut down
globals
systems
is
around the
all
world.
of the globals technology connected to the same computer? Like how does one shut down one thing that then shuts down the world? Like what would need to be shut down for it to have this trickle effect?
I mean, maybe like some satellite grid, like some satellite. Blue screens of death. But yeah, this could then. Like
it's a global Microsoft outage.
Yeah.
So it's specifically Microsoft.
Okay. Which is
Microsoft and CrowdStrike. Let me look up what CrowdStrike is.
Yeah, Windows machines around the world. It prevented PCs from booting up and even turning servers off. They couldn't even turn servers off.
Wait, that's scary.
Yeah, so just very vulnerable.
Scary.
What a fucking mess to try and fix.
What is CrowdStrike, the company linked to the outage, and who attacked them?
Yeah, CrowdStrike blamed. The
Airports,
official
banks,
statement, though,
businesses.
it was not a security or cyber incident.
Stemmed from a software update. Wait, hold on.
That's what's crazy, though.
The global computer outage affecting airports, banks, and other businesses on Friday appeared to stem at least partly from a software update issued by major U.S. cybersecurity. So the firm, CrowdStrike, is a cybersecurity firm that put out a software update that created an outage. So who tampered with the update? You know what I mean?
Or, I mean, obviously, updates are just code. So imagine, like, that just shows how fragile.
They say it was not caused by a security breach or a cyber attack. I think you just said that. And that customers are fully protected. But that is super interesting.
Yeah, people trying to get like refunds on their flights.
Doesn't it seem like
what a fucking shit
every
show.
election year there is like stuff like this?
Something you
Outages,
can never imagine.
Insurrections, you know.
Global though is crazy.
Yeah, global is crazy.
Like what a mess. On a Friday too.
Oh my god. I forgot today was Friday. That is so...
It's 20 minutes till your scavenger hunt.
I know.
Let's see. Positive news.
Positive news today. Oh boy. Do you have any predictions? Politically?
It's tough to say.
At this point?
This is a year like no other.
Totally.
Really, like president's mental decline, an
assassination attempt,
legit assassination attempt.
And the I really do feel this though. I will say this. This is on a positive note. I feel like if Trump was assassinated, it would be civil war.
Yeah.
Even though it was probably fucking BlackRock, for some fucking reason, all these Republicans are posting like, oh, if he was really shot, we're coming for you, Democrats. We got our guns. We're fucking... Da, 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 da. It's like, it's not us against you. It's all of us against them. The tip of the top of the triangle. We're all at the base and we're all being mistreated and starved and whatever. It's like, how are people not realizing that it's literally all of us commoners against the elites? It is not Republican versus Democrat. It's not Trump versus Biden, because Trump and Biden are literally, what's that phrase? Like two something from the same something. Like they're two, I don't know, leaves on the same plant, bitch. Like they are the same shit, and the root system is controlling it all, and the root system is the elites and BlackRock and probably the Rothschilds and the Illuminati. You
But
know?
wouldn't you say that as far as like playing devil's advocate that
Hmm.
that means Trump can't be bought out because they literally tried to kill him? You
No,
know what I'm
I
saying?
don't think that means
If
that at all.
BlackRock tried to, what's the reason of trying to assassinate him then?
Bringing in whoever they want to then control the narrative,
Which would be most likely
whoever
a
they would want
Democrat.
to vote for. I mean, that's the thing. Like, if they were to take out Trump, there's no other good. They would have to also vote for a new person, no? Like, they would
Yeah, they'd
literally have
have
to
to.
vote for new people. But that's the thing. Then they could control both sides. They could literally put whoever they wanted on both.
Without Trump, though, is what I'm saying.
Yeah. But I'm just saying, I don't think that means that he can't be bought. 1,000, come on, really? 1,000%, all he cares about is money. All he cares about is money. I'll say it again. All he cares about is money.
I don't know.
I think he's bought by Russia. Low-key. But
yeah, I don't know.
Trump has several active child rape allegations against him from children that he raped during the Epstein, the height of Epstein's career. There are literal video of the children that are now grown up who are saying their testimony, and they all really align with one another, and there is plenty of evidence. And I would just encourage everyone to look into it. Her name is Katie Johnson. But that's all I'll say.
Yeah, it's either him or Kennedy.
I just and I will say there have been a couple of things that have come out about Kennedy that are, that make me take pause, which, like, I think he's on his fourth marriage. He has admitted in a memoir before that he struggles with adultery. People are just like really mad that he like cheated on his first or second wife or whatever. And people are also like skeptical because his second wife committed suicide, and people are like blaming him. I don't know. I don't know why. I don't know why. Didn't look into it enough, but it's like, I don't know.
I'm
I think
only human.
I think yeah, I don't think being an adulterer makes you like evil or makes you not fit to be president, because, Bill Clinton, Monica Lewinsky sucked his cock while he was president. So
Well, JFK.
anyways, that's the thing. JFK was sleeping with Marilyn. Nobody has a problem with that. Everyone loves that shit. That's Americana right there.
Well, because he was assassinated,
That's the thing. That's the thing. But no, at the same time, it was just too iconic. Like, the most famous woman in the world, the most famous man in the world.
Speaking
People
of Daddy
loved
Longlegs,
that.
look at that.
I know. I saw that they're not long ago.
Jesus
But
Christ.
daddy long legs are good for you. Good for you. Like, they eat mosquitoes, right?
Yeah, I think that's what it is. Still though.
Yeah. Anyways, I don't think cheating on your past wives is like the worst thing one could do in terms of if you're running for president. I think raping children's pretty bad. Trump. I think the collusion of it all. I mean, doesn't he have 34 counts of like lying on his financial, like, whatever? Like, and didn't they overturn that recently? Let me look.
None of it was proven.
Yes, it was. They just let it go because of a clerical error in court. I'm not kidding. It was proven. He was convicted.
Why was it all drops?
Because of a clerical order in court. It was the Stormy Daniels hush money trial.
Wasn't it that like they decided
He's found
past
guilty.
presidents
He's
don't...
found guilty on 34 felony counts. That was May 30th. And then it was, I believe, because he falsified business records. Anyways.
Just hope the country's good after January.
We will see.
Because whoever wins in
There's just so much
November,
going
there's
on.
still that 3-month period of getting inaugurated.
I know. Anything could fucking happen at that point.
Still 6 months.
It's just like annoying because I know it's just going to be so much more heated and crazy. And like the news there's going to be like a headline in the news, I feel like every single day.
Yeah.
For the rest of the year.
Still no aliens.
Still no aliens, but maybe they'll come around. Maybe they'll save us all.
That's what we thought in 2020 though,
No, literally.
That's what,
and maybe
that's what
they
it feels
did.
like again.
Maybe they did and we just don't know it.
Maybe.
There's this psychic on TikTok. Have you seen her? She has these like rods that cross. That's like a type of divination. There's like the pendulum, you can like ask a question, the pendulum will swing one way or the other way. It's kind of like that. These rods, she just holds them still and they move either out for no or in for yes.
Maybe you have to come across
And she
it,
was
but
like, have the aliens ever saved us from a nuclear, like just destroying ourselves nuclearly? And it was like, yes. Probably Oppenheimer days.
I was literally going to say that.
Like they were probably aliens.
The test itself could have destroyed humanity.
And maybe in one reality it
Motherfucker
did.
split an atom.
But that's what I was saying. Back to the assassination. Okay,
Oh my
this was
God,
this was
that's
the good
crazy.
note that I was supposed to go on. Okay, I was saying had it happened, it would have been literal civil war. Everybody for themselves against each other, which is what I think BlackRock wanted. Right? What if that was the purpose? Because he knew it would embolden Trump's base, and he knew that it would make everyone fight each other and not really fight who we're supposed to be fighting. That aside, because he wasn't, I feel like we've shifted timelines for the better. I feel like good about where things are headed. That would have been bad. More so than I think people even really realize.
The farthest away.
It would have
the
been
most separated.
The
for sure.
most separated our country could possibly be. And his base is already very emboldened and at times violent. And so to have that as a further thing, you know, I think would have just been so terrible and would have really been scary for our country. But I feel like
that would have been chaos.
For the better. Yeah, I think that we're on a path for the better.
Yeah, because the alternative now is hopefully unity and.
Yeah, I seriously just wanted to tell everyone, like, it is not Democrat versus Republican. Everyone in government is a puppet for the person pulling the strings at the top. Like,
yeah, but everyone in government is far on the other side. That's the problem.
What do you mean far on the other side?
Like the leaders are super far left, far right. So that's why it seems like
yes,
this liberal.
Exactly.
Like,
but I think most of our
versus
population is not radical.
No,
and that's all we've been presented on media is the radical left and the radical right.
Exactly.
And making it seem like, yes, just very like blanket statement, like, oh, libs this, Republicans this. You know what I mean? Like very like umbrella term for massive amounts of people that all have very different views that are all on a spectrum at the end of the day.
Just those are the ones that are highlighted and talked about.
Yeah. Because because a lot of those things are like trigger words like abortion, and that's what people put their whole platforms on because it's a very an emotional topic. Exactly, you know what I mean? Yeah. And so it makes it seem like we're all very separate.
It's to get our attention, you know, just like TikTok, like social media.
Exactly.
Say something radical so it's talked about.
Exactly. Yeah.
Getting people's emotion.
And have you've seen that and this is like not political, but have you seen that Jake Gyllenhaal movie where he is filming
Nightcrawler?
Yes, Nightcrawler. It's just like that where the producer is like, people aren't going to watch the fucking news when it's not blood and gore and kidnapping and death and whatever. Like they have to make it like Hollywood. Yeah. They have to make it as entertaining as possible so that they're getting views, so that they're making money from their advertisers.
There's only negative news because people feed on negativity.
Exactly.
If everyone decided to stop watching news, they would change the
narrative.
Yeah, it'd be like positive,
yes.
like, oh.
Yes.
Whatever
gets clicks and views is what the narrative is, even if it's not representative of what's really going on.
In any aspect, right? Like politics, news,
every aspect.
Fucking sports, whatever.
Mm-hmm. And I say these things in the name of Jesus Christ, amen.
I know.
Dear Lord, free me from this. We should play a little game to round it out. You know that one where we try to say the same word at the same time?
Oh.
Just like 1, 2, 3, da, ra-ta-ta-ta.
Is there a theme?
Think of a word, any word in the world.
Okay.
Hold on.
Wait, but I have a word, and then I need to say a keyword for it.
No. We're both just 1, 2, 3 gonna try and say in the same word.
Okay. Imagine if this is the first one.
1, 2, 3.
Coconut.
Cereal. Okay, hold on. Okay, that's going to be hard. Hold on. Okay, I'm ready.
Now we have to find a word.
Now we have to just do it again.
Okay.
We're trying to come closer together. We've played this before. You're acting like we've never done this. Okay. 1, 2, 3.
Hawaii.
Breakfast. Okay, ready?
Okay.
1, 2, 3.
Hotel.
Acai. Kaden. What is similar with Hawaiian breakfast? I'm thinking like a Hawaiian breakfast.
I'm thinking about
like where am I gonna
complimentary.
stay? Oh,
Complimentary
okay, okay,
breakfast.
okay. Like, oh yeah. What's that called? Continental breakfast.
Continental, yeah.
Okay, wait. You said hotel
And then you said
breakfast.
no. You said something else after that.
Oh, acai.
Acai.
Oh my God, this is getting away from me. Oh no, the wine. That's okay.
What about the others?
Is it on or is it? Can you turn it on? Did it just stop? I wonder if I'm out of memory. I shouldn't be. Storage full. Okay, interesting. I erased it, so
Even the recently deleted?
yeah.
Things falling apart.
Okay. No, literally.
Donate so we get new cameras.
I feel like we should start over completely because this is not going well.
I mean, okay.
New word.
All right.
1, 2, 3.
Coffee.
Couch. Beautiful.
Okay. Okay.
1, 2, 3.
Table.
Cozy. Oh my God. I'm not having fun.
You want? What do you mean?
1, 2, 3.
I don't
Podcast.
have a word. Well, I said coffee. I was saying coffee table. That's usually in front of a couch.
I just actually want to say on our first try the same word. That's like what I really want to come from this. Okay, let me send you a word. Let me try something. Telepathy, okay? Look at me. 1, 2, 3.
Mountain.
California.
Oh. I almost said sky. Like I thought you were thinking like.
Okay. Mountain, California. You ready?
Okay.
1, 2, 3.
Well,
Mammoth.
ocean. Okay, one more. After that, mammoth, ocean, mountain, California. Come on, there's one more.
Is there?
Yeah.
I'm getting upset. Wait, what is the last thing you said?
Mountain, mammoth, ocean, California.
No, just the last two things is all we take from.
I said ocean. You said mammoth.
Okay.
Okay.
1, 2, 3.
Ice
Lake.
Age.
Ice Age. What? I'm done. We're done.
Whatever the mammoth is in that.
But what does that have to do with California?
That was the first one. We were changing to ocean and mountain.
Kaden. Okay, you're right. You're right.
Glaciers turn into an ocean.
You're right.
There's connections. Just
I said lake.
no, I know.
Oh,
but
just
prior
now
to
I
that,
said lake.
it was mammoth, ocean.
Okay.
That's why I said Ice Age.
Okay, Kaden. One more.
Okay. I mean,
I don't even. Ice Age and lake. Okay. 1, 2, 3.
Glacier.
I had a feeling.
Well, I did just say that word too.
Did you?
Well, I
When?
said oceans come from glaciers.
I didn't hear that, so.
Yeah. All right.
That was lame.
Hopefully it
Okay.
didn't hurt you guys.
It hurt me, actually.
It was all right.
And on that note, subscribe to the YouTube, rate, but only if it's 5 stars. Follow us on socials. You know, if you feel like we're unhinged, if you hate our opinions, comment. Comment on the Instagram. I dare you.
Some people like it.
Let's talk. Some people.
Let's talk.
Some people like it, like the political talk.
I've been told. But
I think people are just scared to even like talk about it because they're not sure where the other person lands in all of this. But I
just
feel
don't
like
have enough information to talk about it.
But I think closer to the election,
I talk about what I see.
I would like us both to do a little research.
Yeah, for sure.
And come with some more facts.
Well, I imagine much more things will come out or be happening by November. So.
I'm sure by the next episode we record, there will be a lot to talk about with who the new Democrat nominee is. Probably like, where are we with all of this?
Yeah, I mean, what else? Yeah.
Oh my God! Did you see that Grindr suffered an outage in Milwaukee where the RNC was?
Pretty broad statement. But
no, I know. That was so not what I That's not obviously. Okay. But
it's going to be okay.
I think that religious people tend to be more conservative, tend to be more Republican, and tend to be more closeted.
Yeah.
So that's where I get that from.
Well, a lot of, for sure.
And that's where we'll leave it. And on that note, I didn't even fucking drink this because I was blabbing too much. Cheers.
It's gonna be
Bye.
okay.
Oh yeah, shit. See you next Tuesday. It's gonna be okay.
Bye.
Bye.